Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me in this live session, guys. If you're new to this channel, do well to hit that subscribe button, like and share this video. So guys, if you also have anything to say, you can also drop it under the comment section. Let's talk about it. So guys, something dangerous is happening, guys. I wonder if the world is actually shutting its doors at Nigerians because what is happening, guys? Truly, if this thing happens, that means there is no more leaving the country, no more Japa. Everybody will remain here, even if war comes tomorrow, or even everybody will all remain here. Now, once upon a time, having a Nigerian passport meant something different. It meant freedom. Freedom to travel, freedom to learn, to trade, to visit families, and to build bridges abroad. But today, the world is quietly racing its wars. From the United States to the UK to UAE, doors are closing. And behind the paperwork, the message is painful clear that they do not trust us anymore. So now they are saying that they don't trust Nigerians anymore. So they are closing their doors at Nigeria. The message they're passing is that they don't trust Nigerians anymore. So the United States now limits most non-immigrant visas like B1 stroke B2 terrorist and business visas for Nigerians to just 3 months, guys. 3 months. Single entry instead of the standard 2 or 5 years or even 10 years. Multiple entry visa that citizens, of preferred countries often get. Guys, how can United States now limit most non-immigrant visas like B1 stroke B2 terrorist and business visas for Nigerians to just 3 months? Meaning that when you come into their country, once it's 3 months, you're out. You have to leave. And also single entry. See, they limited non-immigrant visas like B1 stroke B2 terrorist and business visas for Nigerians to just 3 months and single entry. It's instead of the standard 2 or 5 years or even 10 years multiple entry visa that citizens of preferred countries often get. Now it's now 3 months. That means if you enter UK, in within three after 3 months you're leaving, going back to your country. Why is UK chasing Nigeria? It's because of what Nigerians are, putting themselves because of the bad reputation. Look at what's happening in Nigeria. Why wouldn't they deny visas for Nigerians? In 2024 alone, the US rejected almost 60% of Nigerian B1 stroke B2 visa application, which is more than double the global average rejection rate of about 27%. Just in 2024 alone, the rejection was much like almost 60% of Nigerians B1 stroke B2 visa application, which is more than double the global average rejection rate at 27%. While 30 other African countries faced similar caps, Nigeria stand out because of its size, economic power, diaspora influence. They are doing this only to Nigeria. Nigerians, you can see the bad reputation Nigeria has brought themselves. Look at what is happening. How can you go to UK and then you just stay 3 months and only single entry and you go back to your country? How? What is happening? No country wants to see Nigerians in their country again. No, everybody is rejecting Nigeria. Now, one major reason US consulate, people are asking why is this thing happening? Why are they chasing Nigerians? One major reason US consulate cites is the high rate of visa overstay. Some Nigerians enter on visit visa and stay illegally. Hey. So one thing that the US said is that why they are doing this thing is because of Nigerians. Once they enter as when they enter as visitors, they enter with visitors visa, they stay illegal, they stay more than what they are supposed to stay in UK. So you can nobody wants to come back to Nigeria. Nobody wants to come back to Nigeria. So this is one of the reasons they cited. That's why they had to rejects many visas this year, even last year. The US Department of Homeland Security have repeatedly flagged Nigeria as one of the countries with significant overstay issues. So once a Nigerian comes into US with visitor visa, you see they overstay illegally. That's one of the reasons. Another thing is that they also is they also there are also concerns about document fraud, fake travel histories, and misuse of visa for unauthorized work, human trafficking, and others. Let me tell you, they said that Nigerians, they are mostly into fraud. They say some even bring fake documents. You can see the rush. Like everybody wants to japa, everybody wants to run away. Everybody wants, ever since became Trump became the president, came back again for a second term. Like he has been giving out strict rules. Guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for staying with me in this live session. Guys, hit the subscribe button if you're new to this channel. I have a lot to tell you guys. So if you have anything to say, drop it on the comment section. Let's talk about it. So now they said Nigerians, bring out fake documents. They work fake documents. You can see that everybody wants to leave because of the what is happening in Nigeria, the insecurity, the high cost of living. Everybody now wants to leave, so they will have to go and produce fake documents. Fake documents. You can see what is happening. So you can see now they have already said that Nigerians will stay 3 months in US. If you come in for business, if you use a business visa, you come in, you stay 3 months, and they also said single entry. And once it's 3 months is over, like you have to like travel back, go back. So now, and remember this, they complained of overstay. So that was why, see, let me tell you this thing. I know that actually other countries actually overstay their visa, but you see, Nigeria has brought bad reputation. It's not, they're only doing this since Nigeria more. Like they're not even concerned about other country, but you see, Nigerians, because of the bad reputation and everything going on in their country, so they have already, their eyes are already red for Nigerians. If they see you, if you have a Nigerian passport, hey, my dear, they'll be looking, they'll see you as one kind of person. That's one thing in becoming a citizen of Nigeria. Right now, if you carry Nigerian passport and walking around, they'll look at you, one kind. So now let's just continue. Another thing they said why they did that is because of weak diplomatic leverage. Countries with strong reciprocal agreements or closer security and economic ties, think UK, Canada, Japan, Germany, negotiate longer visa validity for their citizens. Nigeria does not have a similar robust bilateral visa agreement with the US or the political leverage to push for more. So why is Tinubu now traveling? What's the essence of, wait though, what's the essence of Tinubu's travel? He's traveling. Look at problems. Do you know what it means? You only stay in US. See, that means, hey, everybody here will be tied in this country. You can't even go to, people think, before, if you have Nigerian passport, yes, you can go outside the country, look for greener pastures. But right now, they only said 3 months. You stay in our country for 3 months and then you're coming back immediately. That is what they are saying. 3 months and you're coming back. Imagine students, how would they cope? So students cannot go to abroad to learn again. So you can see. So now there's what is the essence of Tinubu's travel? These are the major things he's supposed to do. Just like now, they say one of the problem why they had to, one of the problem is that Nigeria has weak diplomatic leverage. Countries with strong reciprocal agreements or closer security and economic ties, think UK, Canada, Japan, Germany, negotiate longer visa validity for their citizens. Look at, Nigeria does not have similar robust bilateral visa agreements with the US or political leverage to push one. So what is the president doing? He's going to France, he's going to this, he's going to that. Why is it that he cannot even like, do go travel for this the kind of important things? Why? 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 Now, Another reason why they say they did that is because of domestic US policies. US immigration policy have grown stricter for some regions under pressure from domestic policies, especially from countries flagged for irregular immigration routes or high asylum claims. Now, one thing they did this thing because of Nigerians' reputation. That is what I just think. Nigerians' bad reputation, that is why they had to reduce. Which is this is not actually fair. This thing the Nigerian government is doing, the citizens are not, now the citizens are the ones suffering it. The citizens are the ones suffering it. This thing that is happening right now is the citizens are the ones suffering it, not even those in government. They're the ones suffering it. Now, look at how does how this will hurt Nigerians. It's going to hurt Nigerians, frequent travelers, business people, students, parents, people who used to plan long term and multiple trips now they have to reapply each time. They have to reapply each time every 3 months. Guys, can you imagine? More paperwork, more visa fees, and more chance of rejection. If you reapply, okay, if they accept your visa in this time, and when next you go to apply, maybe in the next 3 months, they might reject it. This is going to be a problem. This is going to be a problem. So now, another thing is loss of opportunities. This is how it's going to affect, this is how it's going to affect Nigerians. Businesses will suffer. Nigeria is Africa's largest economy. So limiting easy travel for business people or entrepreneurs and conference attendees can choke trade and partnership. It can choke trade or partnership. So now it's also reinforced the negative reinforced the negative of stereotype of Nigerians as potential immigration risk, overshadowing the fact that many are law-abiding travelers, world-class professional, or simply terrorists. Now, this is going to really, 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 this is going to really, really affect Nigerians very, very well. Once upon a time, if you had a passport, you can Japa, you can, if you had a passport, you can go outside country to look for greener pastures. But today in Nigeria, once upon a time, having a Nigerian passport meant something different. It meant freedom. It means freedom to travel, to learn, to trade, to visit families, and to build bridges abroad. But today, the world is quietly raising its walls. From the United States to the UK to UAE, doors are closing. And behind the paperwork, the message they are sending is that they don't trust us anymore. This is very painful. Now, let's start with the United States. Once many Nigerians could get 10 years multiple entry visa. Once many Nigeria could that was then many Nigerians could get 10 years multiple entry visa. But now most non-immigrant visas for Nigeria, most non-immigrant visa for Nigerians are capped at just 3 months. Single entry. In 2024 alone, nearly 60% of Nigerians B1 stroke B2 visa application were denied, more than double the global rejection rate of about 27%. Now, 30 other African countries are affected too, but Nigeria stands out because of its size, influence, and also population. Now, look at the United Arab Emirates, once a dream destination for young Nigerians chasing job and small business opportunities. In the last 5 years, the UAE has suspended, revealed, and also restated its visa rules again and again. Why? Fraud concerns, overstay, fake documents. For many hopeful travelers, immigration now feels less like a process and more like a gamble. More like a gamble. So even the United Kingdom, which is deep, which with its deep ties to Nigeria's history, United Kingdom with its deep ties to Nigeria's history has tightened its screws. Imagine, new rules introduced in 2024 now stop many international students from bringing their dependents, their spouse, their children. Why does this hit us hardest? Because between 2021 and 2023, sorry, between 2021 and 2023, over 40% of all dependents brought by international students in the UK were Nigerian. Now, family are just they have high institution and living costs facing, they are just there and things are getting harder for them, and they stand behind who sacrifices. These new restrictions are justified officially by talk of security and technical benchmarks. But let's be honest that underneath the paperwork is just deeper or spoken questions. The question they're asking is, does the world trust Nigeria to send people who play by the rules, or are we increasingly seen as a risk to be contained? On one side, do you know the painful thing? It is painful. It's a painful thing to say out loud, but it's true. Our image abroad is now a contradiction. If you don't believe, if you don't believe this, see, some people in the comment section are just saying that I am talking against my own country. But the truth is, Nigeria is one country. See, Nigeria then, see, even if you even travel, most of the Nigerians outside, do you think they like where they are? Like basically, they don't, they will prefer their own country, but because of the bad corruption, they're not enjoy. I don't know how to explain to you guys. Nigeria is one country then when things were going well, when it comes to economy, there was improvement, although there was some corruption. Let me tell you, if until these bad leaders come down from there, until these bad leaders, Nigeria has the money. Nigeria is not poor, but they're not using the money to do the right thing, and it's affecting we the citizens. Nigeria's image outside, the way they view them is actually very bad. Yes, because of the bad reputation. Imagine Nigerian government, they even go against their law. They even go against what's it called? International treaties. Somebody say in London, Nigerians has problem now. The way they view them is actually very bad. There's a woman that went to Brazil. She said that she's even high because they don't give them equal. They see them as the way they see them because of where they are coming from. Nigeria that go against their own law, even go against international treaties they signed. So I'm not talking against my own country. I'm telling you what is happening in this country. That is very bad. How can they be arresting minors? How can they be arresting minors? Things that you cannot even think of. You go out to protest, they will arrest you. And someone is coming out to tell you I'm talking against my own country. When you go out to protest, when will you came out to protest to say that you're hungry, that you stop the killings, they will arrest you. Look at the way bad guys are killing people, and the government is silent. And somebody till now is still saying I'm talking against my own country. If Nigeria was doing the right thing, will I come and be saying Nigeria is not doing the right thing? See, if Nigeria is doing the right thing, I will praise my country. It is painful. It's a painful thing to say out loud, but it is true. Our image abroad is now contradiction. On one side, we have the our best mind, tech finders, doctor, professors, artists, lighting up global stage. On the other side, they are the shadow of internet scammers. Look at, they even see Nigerians as corrupt people because their leaders are corrupt. They see them all as corrupt people, as people that commit fraud. Now, and behind it all is one simple reality: our broken economy, the Japa wave, our broken economy. Things are, people wants to like leave the country to find greener pastures. But look at what is happening now. The desperate rush to leave at any cost is not just a trend, it's a symptom. There's a direct line connecting youth, unemployment, economic hopelessness, and tightening of foreign borders. The poorer the economic, the more desperate the immigration. The more desperate the immigration, the less the world trust us, and the less they trust us, the higher they build their walls. Now look at our economy. Very bad, very bad. People barely eat. People barely eat. But behind these statistics are real people, real families, and the cost is heartbreaking. You can see, you even see that Nigerians, mostly Nigerians, they are true Nigerians. They have not done anything wrong. But it's their government. It's their government. Young Nigerians, full of hope, stay up all night gathering documents, paying fees, outrageous fees, praying for an interview slot. Students win places at top universities only to be handed a 3 month visa for a 2 year degree. Is it not useless? Is it not useless? Students win places at top universities only to be handed a 3 month visa for a 2 years degree. Is that not useless? Business people who need multiple trips to sign deals are blocked by single entry stamps. Skilled professionals who could gain knowledge abroad, send money home, build new network, all stuck behind suspicious and red tapes. Families sell lands, empty bank accounts, borrow from relatives, only to see everything crumble at a consulate's window. Mothers and fathers who dream of studying abroad with their children now must break their family apart, forced to choose who to stay and who goes. While the rest of the world moves forward, our people stands in endless queues outside embassies. Their dream locked behind glass counter and code rejection stamps. Let me tell you, Tinubu should better do something about this, so because this 3 months is not. Before it was 10 years, 5 to 10 years, and it was multiple entry. So why is it 3 months and a single entry now? See, all this Tinubu strip, it is now that it will make sense to us, please. It's now that his strip will make sense. This Tinubu strip that he went to, it is now that it will make sense. Please let him go and fix this thing. Which one is 3 months? So now what is the way forward? Blaming embassies alone will solve nothing. The real fix is at home. That's just it. If you're coming to blame embassies, it will not solve it. It's not their fault. It's our home. What is happening here in Nigeria? What is happening at home? What is happening at home? We must rebuild our economy so our people don't feel forced to run. We must rebuild it. Why would Tinubu be going to France for medical checkup? Why will he be, why will he be traveling to other countries for checkup to stay? Why is it that he cannot do all this in Nigeria? Somebody said it will be reversed in the next 1 month. I better pray. Because this will not help anybody at all, please. We're saying, look at the insecurity in this country. If we're trying to go to other country to look for greener pastures, something is blocking us. And some people will be blamed. Don't blame embassy, blame Nigeria. Blame your home. What is happening at home? Why are people running to UK? Why? We must rebuild our economy so our people don't feel forced to run. We must fight fraud and corruption so our passport earns back each respect. Carrying Nigerian passport now is like carrying paper. We must fight fraud and corruption so our passports, earns back each respect. We must negotiate better. We must negotiate better, smarter bilateral agreement to protect our own citizens abroad. So all these things, Tinubu is, going for foreign trip. What's the essence, guys? Somebody that is supposed to go and have strong and smart bilateral agreements with the US. Why is he going for one? What is the essence? What has changed? This is when his travel will make sense. I will be like, okay, he has done something. How can you go to UK and you stay 3 months and already coming back? Then if you want to go again, you apply again. Some they will even reject you. What kind of thing is that one? That means UK, they are chasing Nigerians now. That is what they are saying. That is what it means. And they're also saying that they don't trust us anymore. We must believe once again that the best of Nigerians can shine without first flee Nigeria. Let me tell you, you see this country, the way it's going, I don't even think things can be better. Because as you know, as things are even getting worse every blessed time, every new day, things get worse. Every new day, insecurity now, there's no day you will not hear. In fact, it has become a daily news. Insecurity, guys, if you feel that people are not hungry in this country, you need to go around, like, you need to, like, if you see how people are hungry, go to the north, come to Igbo land, go to villages, come and see how people are hungry. And people are hungry, they are still tackling insecurity, bad guys. People are hungry, they are still tackling. People are really hungry, the people are dying of hunger, but they don't care. They don't care. Nigerian government doesn't care. Look at what US has set 3 months and a single entry. See, believe me, Tinubu, don't be surprised that Tinubu will not still care. Don't be surprised that Tinubu will not still care. Guys, don't be surprised that you will not travel, but you will travel to France for nonsense. We don't even know his trip. What's his trip? I don't even know what has changed since he has been traveling. Do you know how many times Tinubu have traveled in just this year? So you can see what is happening, guys. You can see what is happening. Don't be surprised. Somebody said that it will be reversed in the next 1 month. Don't be surprised that in that next 1 month, Tinubu will not still do anything, because we know our president. We know the kind of, when people are dying, she has not done anything. He has not done anything. A 3 month visa is not just a stamp in a passport. It's a verdict. We do not trust you to stay and live as you promised. That's what it means. If you want the world to open its doors again, we must fix the reasons why they slammed them shut. Yes. If you want, UK to accept us back again, we must like we must fix the problem at home. The cause why they shut their door. We must shut their door. The world owes us nothing. We own ourselves better governance. The world owns us nothing. They own ourselves. We own ourselves better governance. Real hope. Real hope. And our economy that gives our youth a reason to stay. Imagine after imagine after going to school in Nigeria, you go to school in Nigeria and then you end up not getting a good job. You end up you not get a good job in Nigeria. And you carry your certificate up and down, you not get a good job. There was even a video we came across. A guy, he was looking for a job after after even start, because after going to school in Nigeria for 4 years, some courses are 5 years. You have to still go and serve for a year, then you start looking for a job. The guy ended up burning his certificate, because why would he find a job of 50 something thousand naira? Why? Are they paying him what he will spend in his transport, or what? And what are they paying him for? What's the money for? It's not even enough to transport him to his place of work. That is why you say everybody wants to run to UK to get a good job. But then look at what is happening. This is when our president needs to see. Anytime you want President Tinubu to act, anytime you want him to, in cases that he needs to act, he's slow to do so. You see what is happening? They are still he's still talking about election. This is when he needs to act. The world owes us nothing. Trump has not done anything at all. It's just Nigeria that owns that. We own ourselves better governance, real hope, and our economy that gives youth a reason to stay. Everybody was thinking that once Trump become president, that things will get better. things will get better. Everybody was, even Nigeria when he became this thing. But will you actually blame Trump? Let's talk about it. Will you actually blame Trump for what happened by like limiting it to 3 months and single entry? Will you actually blame Trump? Because it's like it's really how will I even put it? You cannot blame Trump. It's actually Nigerians' fault. Nigerians are doing things. Do you know? I'm even scared they might sanction Nigeria. I'm actually scared because Nigerians are, when it comes to Mazen and the Kanu's case, they are doing things against the law, not just in Mazen and Kanu's case. They are doing things against the law. So are we supposed to blame Trump for this? For me, I don't blame him. Oh, I just blame our governance, bad government. You go against international law, you even go against your own law. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? So now the world owes you nothing, like owes us nothing. We owe ourselves better governance, real hope, and an economy that gives our youth reasons to stay. Reasons to stay. Until then, the world will keep rising, and the sleepless nights, heartbreak, and broken dreams will keep growing. But it doesn't have to be the same way. We can change the story if we choose to fix home first. That is justice. Somebody said, our leaders are slaves to their white counterparts. See Shettima go dey open, see Shettima go dey open. I can't actually see the other part, but okay. Somebody said our leaders are slaves to their white counterparts. See Shettima go dey open doors for delegates. What rubbish, my dear. This is what we are seeing in Nigeria. Like, you see this APC, please. This APC should not come out again, please. We are tired. What we have seen, what our eyes like, we have seen, if it's how will I even put it? We have seen so much. We are tired of this political party. This current ruling party now has finished us. Please, that is why you see coalition happening, to unseat. But the thing is, in this coalition, APC members are still there, and people that produced and gave birth to APC as at then, that came out and said APC has promised renewed hope. We are now seeing hopelessness. But the one thing about this our coalition that I'm scared of is that APC, people like what's his name again? Atiku. Who else again? I've forgotten that man's name. The people that produced, that gave birth to Buhari and APC are still in this coalition. The only person I see different is Peter Obi. And that's the only person I'm putting my hope on. But I see for others, Amechi, his name is Amechi. He's also people that produced APC. They're in this coalition. That is why I am scared. I don't even believe in it. Honestly, Peter Obi has said he doesn't even is not, his mind is not really in this coalition, but what he knows is that he wants to change Nigeria. That is what he said. Now, if you find this video very interesting, guys, do well to hit that subscribe button, like, and also share this video. So you can see what we are. Please, this APC should not come out again. They shouldn't. They have done worst. We have. Do you know what the nonsense? Do you know what we have seen? Do you know the kind of shege we have seen in this ruling party called APC? Guys, do you know that in this year? Do you know that in Tinubu's term he has brought more than past governors? But still, look at Nigeria grappling. Tinubu has brought more than past during the time of Obasanjo. Obasanjo cleared up the debts. Cleared all. I don't know if they even if he will just borrow and then he doesn't even pay. Can you imagine? Every fraud case, overstay or fake documents make life harder for thousands of honest Nigerians. Students, business people, terrorists who let me repeat myself. Students, business people who follow the rules but get rejected because of a few bad apple. So you know that there are actually some good Nigerians. Now, why do Nigerians actually put out fake documents? Some Nigerians put out fake documents. It's because of they are desperate to leave the country because what is happening. Guys, when I tell you that insecurity happens, like it's something that happens every time. These bad guys attack every time. You think it's a joke? People are running away because so that they can be a victim. People wants to go outside for greener pastures to help their family members to survive. Nigeria is not a country. Nigeria is not a country that Nigeria is a country that you can survive. No, 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 no. Nigeria is one country that when you can't even survive, can barely find food to eat. You don't even eat 3 times a day. I am telling you. So there are some good Nigerians too, but why Nigerians actually put out bad fake documents is because they are desperate to leave the country. When a country's passport is flagged for fraud, it affects everything: international business deal, investors' confidence, how Nigerians are treated at airports, and even how Nigerians businesses are trusted abroad. Yes, once a Nigerian passport is flagged, it affects Nigerians when it comes to investors, you know, business deals, how Nigerians are treated abroad. In fact, for Trump, for US to do this kind of thing to limit visas for 3 months, and also single entry, it's just saying that they don't trust us again, or they are chasing us to stay in our country. They don't want us because of what is happening at home. The Japa wave drains Nigeria of doctors, nurses, teachers, engineers, but the same country blocking easy visa for regular people have fast track for the highly skilled. They want the best, but make it harder for families to stay whole. Countries like China, India, and South Africa negotiate hard for their citizens. They sign strong bilateral agreements to protect them abroad. Nigeria's diplomatic weakness means it can't push back when countries slap harsh rules on its people. We are praying that Nigerians, we are praying that or Nigerian government will go and fix this thing. When it comes to countries like China, India, South Africa, they negotiate hard for their citizens. They sign strong bilateral agreements to protect them abroad. But you see, Nigeria, they have weak diplomatic. Nigerians weak diplomatic means it can't push back when countries slap harsh rules on it people. Now the rule is now harsh. Yes, they have started closing their doors. Their rules is now very, very harsh. So it is left for Nigerian government to go and fix things. So Tinubu should stop going here, He should go for this. This is the kind of travel of trip he will go for, and then Nigerians will concur. Yes, this one is important. We're not seeing the importance of others. Yes, because I believe once he goes for this kind of trip because of this problem, you know, things will be better. Behind every rejection letter is a young behind every rejection letter is a young man or a woman who spent years dreaming, family who sold land to pay school deposits, parents who hoped to reunite abroad only to face heartbreak because of suspicious and broken system. Yes, many Nigerians abroad say they didn't leave because they hate Nigeria. They left because the system failed them. That's just it. They left. Many Nigerians abroad just they didn't leave because nobody hates their country. We don't hate Nigeria. We don't hate our country. But the problem is that why they always leave this country is because of the country has failed them. Insecurity, lack of job, bad governance. Until these pushes factors are fixed, Japa won't slow down. Japan will not slow down. And now US have seen that people are rushing coming to the US. Now they have they are now strict, raising closing their doors, shutting their doors. So you might be asking why is it just Nigerians alone? See, other countries like China, South Africa, they negotiate hard for their citizens, but Nigeria don't. That is why you see they are closing their door. When people can't travel, when people can't travel easily for education or trade, they lose opportunities to learn, build businesses, to earn foreign currency. That means fewer fresh skills coming back and deeper economic struggle at home. Behind every rejection, like I said, letter is a young man or woman who spent years dreaming, families who sold land to pay school deposits, parents who hoped to reunite abroad only to face heartbreak because of suspicion and broken system. Our system is broken and it is affecting us after people have soaked their bed in tears with and breaking using all the money in their emptying their bank, some sold lands, and after look at what they are seeing now. If the system stays broken, young Nigerians will keep risking illegal routes. Do you know that people actually die in borders? Do you know? Do you know that people die in borders? Do you know that many people die in borders? Young Nigerians, young Nigerians risk illegal routes to go and find greener pastures abroad. Do you know? I don't want to start talking about that part because it's actually a very big risk. Some even risk overstay. They come in as visitors and then they even overstay. The world's war will grow higher and the country will keep losing the very people who should build it. A stronger Nigeria at homes means respected passport abroad. So you can see the way they are seeing Nigerians now. Everybody is coming into Nigeria, coming into US, and all many Nigerians is coming into you. So they're not rejecting. They're not rejecting. The population in US is now much, so they're not rejecting people's visa. And then they have now said that once it's 3 months, everybody go back to your. Once it's 3 months, once you have stayed 3 months US, please go back to your where you're coming from. This is not where you live. Go back to where you're coming from. That is what they are just saying. A strong Nigeria at home means a respected passport abroad. If there are if there are works, if there are employment in Nigeria, if there at least our we had good security gathering, these killings, if these bad guys are not here to be buying people, do you think Nigerians should be leaving the country? Do you think Nigerians should be leaving the country? They're leaving the country because the system has failed them. Until then, the lines at embassies will stay long and the rejection stamp will keep failing. That is why you see the population now is too much. One of the problem they are complaining is that the population now is too much. So they're now rejecting some visas and lines at embassy are now very long. This is one problem, this is one of the problem they came out. This is one of the thing that US embassy came to complain. They complained about staying long. People that came in with visitors visa, they end up, staying longer than the time they are supposed to leave. If they're supposed to stay for a year, some stay 2 years. You see, that is why they have said, you see, they have made that rule. They are now very strict, saying that you see, once it is 3 months, please go back to where you're coming from. When students can't get visa or when they are blocked from bringing family, many cancel. In 2024, they said students will not bring their family. In 2024, sorry, students will not bring their families. Students. So now, when a student can't get visas or if they are blocked from bringing family, many cancel plans altogether and local private universities, international schools, and education consultants lose income. The dream of global education hub for Nigeria weakens. Nigeria wants to be Africa's economic giant, but how can traders and entrepreneurship compete if they can't travel freely. Small importers small exporters and importers suffer most when they can't attend trade shows or sign deals abroad because of visa wall. The hidden mental what about the hidden mental health crisis? Families separated by tough visa rules, face years apart, parents miss milestones, spouse grow apart. There are some spouse that because of this visa stuff, they are separated. This creates depression, anxiety, um, broken homes, a silent human cost rarely talked about when people say just study abroad alone. As genuine routes get harder, fake agents, visa um, rackets, and human trafficking step in, promising desperate people shortcuts and often ruining life in the process. So now you can see now as this thing is happening, it's going to also bring more problem. It's going to bring fraud. It's going to bring it. It's going to bring more problem because right now, so you see people will just come out and say that okay, they will help you to get your visa. They are this, and then they will end up running away with your money. They will help you get a 10 years visa, that kind of thing. They'll run away with your money. That is how I said scams. Scammers will come out claiming that they will help you get your visa, and then you see they will run away with your money. Nigerians are abroad send back billions in remittance every year. They build home, start projects, sponsor relative, but as they see Nigeria, they do little to protect their reputation. They feel less patriotic and more likely to settle permanently elsewhere. There are some people now that where like there are some people now that live abroad, like they base there, and their family members are here in Nigeria. Without that person that is outside, cannot survive. Our economy is very bad, very very bad. You can barely survive. Do you know that the kind minimum wage they say the Nigerians are they are paying Nigerians is not enough for even to feed yourself. It's not even enough to take you to your place of work. How can Nigerians be suffering from this thing at the same time? People are dying. The person that is dying is hungry, or the person that bad guys just killed now has not eaten for the past 2 weeks. Can you imagine how Nigerians are suffering? Can you see how Nigerians are suffering? People that died in yellow water, they were actually living as refugees. Do you know how people are hungry in June? Yesterday, I actually came up here to say, there's this news that went viral yesterday. Um, Bronu State alone, they were they are spent 7.4 billion naira rewarding bandits. But look at when you go to IDP camp in Edo State, they stay under leaking tents. They are not fed well. People, some are living in the bush because these same terrorists displaced them. These same terrorists made them orphans. But Borno State is spending 7.4 billion to reward them, saying that they are repentant terrorists, guys, in Nigeria. And you're telling me security will stop with this kind of nonsense system? You're telling me security will stop? How can you finally catch somebody that has been terrorizing Nigeria, unaliving millions of people, and you can go to Sahara Reporters, the news is there. You end up, you will end up, let me just show you guys the headline. Look at it. Bronu spent over 3.4 billion as livelihood support for repentant Boko Haram, budgets another 7.4 billion in 2025. Guys, just Borno State alone. Just Borno State alone. Look at the money spent given to repented bandits. And you're asking yourself, Where do all these bandits get all this their machine gun from? Where do they get all this machine gun? You don't know that once they claim they are repentant, they are already repented. Once they claim they are repentant, they give them motorcycles, give them vehicles, give them healers, even offer them sewing machine to start doing something with their life. Give them money, guys. Do you know that they actually go back to the where they stopped from? They go back and start from where they stopped from. They use that money and weaponize their self. Tell me a country in Nigeria that they will catch people that have unalived millions of people and still reward them with 7.4 billion naira. But when you go to IDP camp, no compensation, people that have lost their family members, people that don't have houses, no compensation. They have not given them anything. Food said they don't even eat. They don't need food. Go to those stay by IDP camp and see what is happening there. But look at the amount spent in rewarding bandits. Look at, they claim they are repentant. How do you know they're repented? How do you know? Abi, you just declare that they repented. This is what we are seeing in Nigeria. And you think insecurity will stop in this country? You think insecurity will stop in this country? You think things will change in this country with this kind of system? You see why I say this APC should not come out again? We have seen a lot. Look at what is happening to us now. The world is now shutting their doors. The world is now shutting that they don't want to see Nigerians again in their country. They are now chasing Nigerians to go and to go back to their country. Why are they coming to? Because the population now coming to you is now too much. It's not too much. If they do this kind of thing now, just know that people will not start following illegal routes. I know, you know how risky is that. United States now limit most non-immigrants visas like B1 stroke B2 terrorist and business visa. Like B1 stroke B2 tourist and business visa for Nigerians to just 3 months single entry instead of the standard 2 or 5 years or even 10 years multiple entry visa that citizens of preferred countries often get. High rejection rates in 2024 alone, the US rejected almost 60% of Nigerian B1 stroke B2 visa application, which is more than double the global average rejection rate of about 27%. Why 30 other African countries face similar caps, Nigeria stands out because of its size, economic power, diasporal influence, and its historical high visa demand. Ironically, the US benefits hugely from Nigerians' diaspora. Thousands of Nigerian doctors, nurses, professors, and tech professional tech professionals, American industries. Yet, the treatment of everyday visa applicants tells a different story. Individual achievements doesn't cancel collective suspicion. It also exposes Nigerians' weak negotiating power. Other countries lobby hard to get their citizens fairer access, often offering reciprocity or signing better bilateral deals. Nigeria hasn't managed this. You see why Nigeria is the problem to their problem. You can see it's Nigeria that is doing their self, Nigerian government. A stronger home economy means less immigration pressure. If the Nigerian government wants to change how its citizens are treated abroad, it must fix economic and security problem that makes overstaying attractive in the first place. No, nobody hates, like Nigerians don't hate their country, but because the system has failed them, they had to, Japa. That is why you see there's the Japa syndrome. Everybody wants to leave the country. Other African nations like South Africa have more favorable visa deals because they push for them. Nigeria need more robust, targeted diplomacy. Be prepared for stricter requirements, cleaner documentation, better ties to home, job, properties, family, and realistic travel plan. A 3 month single entry visa for Nigeria is not just a paperwork, it is a diplomatic sign. They are saying, we don't fully trust you to come and go as you promised. Changing this start from home. With stronger institution and economy that makes overstaying unnecessary and smarter foreign policies to negotiate fairer treatment for the millions of Nigerians who travel honestly and represent the country well. And so countries after country has begun to raise its war. Yes, country after country they have begun to raise its was. This is the real story behind the US slashing Nigerian non-immigrant visa to 3 months single entry. It's not just policy, it's a message. The message is simply and blunt. We don't trust you to come and go. We don't want you to stay. We don't want you to put down roots. It means that the eyes of powerful nation, the Nigerian passport carries a suspicion that once you land, you might not go back. Suspicion that your country system cannot or will not guarantee that its citizens return home when they are supposed to. So they raise their walls, give shorter visa, single entry only, higher rejection rates, more documentation, tight scrutiny at the borders. And it's not just the US. We see echoes of this with UK visa tightening, stricter Canadian student visa scrutiny, and Europe raising barriers from African travelers generally. A 10-year multiple visa is not just about tourism or business. It's an expression of trust. We believe you visit, spend, benefit us, and go back home. A 3 months single entry visa is the opposite. You're welcome. Somebody said Ghana is the real problem. So now, we're even hearing currently that they are saying Igbos must go. Ghana people are saying Igbos must go because I think an Igbo person became the president of, I don't actually know the department, but they are saying Igbos must go in Ghana. You guys remember the Ghana must go that, that happened in Nigeria. Now is now Igbos must go. Everybody, I don't know if the world is now raising or shutting their doors at Nigerians. Mostly now they are saying Igbos must leave Ghana. Igbos must leave Ghana as well. A 3 months single entry visa is the opposite. You're welcome briefly, but we want you out before you can become comfortable. I want you guys to understand this point. I want you guys to understand this point. A 10 years multiple entry visa is not just about tourism or business. It's an expression of trust. Yes, they're just saying that we believe, they're just saying we believe in you. It's an expression of trust. They're saying we believe in you, in your visits to spend, or you believe we will visit, spend, benefit us, and actually go back. A 3 months entry single entry visa is the opposite. It's saying you are welcome, but we will want you out before you become comfortable. Countries are not worried about the short-term tourists. They fear the long-term immigrants who might overstay, work illegally, put down routes that makes removal costly or politically messy. Is this actually fair? Individually, no. Most Nigerians who apply for this visa are genuine travelers. Yes. So there are mostly genuine Nigerians. It's not everybody that is the bad apple. They're actually genuine Nigerians that won't even stay long. Once it's time for them to go, they will go. Once it's time for them to go, they will go. But there are these ones that will overstay. because they don't want to go back to their country. So this is the fear of, this is the fear US are having. They have now restricted it to 3 months and single entry. Most Nigerians who apply for these visas are genuine travelers, families visiting relatives, business people attending meeting, students going for conference, parents attending graduation. They plan to go home. Collectively, they start make it complicated. The US reports significant overstay rates among Nigerian visitors, fake documents, visa misuse, or sudden visa misuse. Nigerians bent these rules, so the collective risk overweighs the individual's innocence, and the immigration policy doesn't bend easily for nuisance. It use blunt tools. Now, what does this wall building do? Now, it costs honest travelers time, money, and dignity. It cuts them off from opportunities. It closes doors for students, young entrepreneurs, and family. It feels limited legal pathway push desperate people towards irregular one, which they then justifies even harsher rules. So guys, you can see what we are facing in this country. You can see what is happening in this country. And with time it's looking like things will even get like there will be more restriction. Right now, they are currently restricting people in visas. That is what we're seeing now in Nigeria. So if you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button, like and share this video. I've come to the end of this live session. Thank you for staying with me in this live session. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.